Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Thank you. Now enjoy the show. Hey y'all, what's up? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of RAERAEs Review. Today, it will be Real Housewives of New York City, Season 15, Episode 3. Some would say it's the reboot, Season 2, Episode 3. Well, I say that. I don't hear nobody else saying that, but I do. Did y'all watch it? Child, that Brynn is something else, ain't she? You know, this is unpopular opinion, but Brynn is a mess. Like I said, she's a brat. BRATTTT. And I think she's used to, being messy. And in her circles, that may not be perceived as such because she may use her feminine wiles to get what she wants. But then again, Ubah is little, carrying stuff from last season. Let's just be honest. But, even though Brynn said she had a man on TV, it really came from Sai. But then again, Ubah don't like the way Brynn handles her ish. And we're going to get into it because that's pretty much what Ubah said. I believe Ubah. And I'm not too fond of Brynn, but that's okay. It's just a show. They narrated, chop and paste, copy and paste, and chop and screw, and leave us on the cutting room floor. That's probably where the real tea is at, on that cutting room floor. But did I say thanks for tuning in? And please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. And please share this video with folks. Now, they are arriving at Erin's house. Remember, they're all on their way to Erin's unfinished abode. All the renovations she doing, talking about they may or may not have water. And I'm like, wait a minute. What you mean we may or may not have water? I know you lying. Do I need to book a room somewhere, Heifer? Anyway, so ladies are arriving at Erin's house. Erin has been upgrading her home, like I said, and she has plenty of food for the ladies. Not like last year. Child, Sai was having a FIT last night. It don't look like Sai eat a lot, but when she hungry, she hangry. Please don't make Sai wait to eat. So Erin starts, ish, by telling both Sai and Ubah that when she spoke to Raquel and heard from Raquel that they refuse REFUSED to let her ride in the front seat, so she's driving up herself because she has car sickness, right? And she needs to sit in the front so she can, not be as, I guess, so she won't feel the motion so much. I don't know, child. It's kind of the way I feel when I'm riding in a plane. See, my only seat is 1D. It could be 1B, depending on the situation, but I usually get my seat when I'm booking my flights. That's 1D. So when I get on the plane, I immediately sit my behind down, get me something to drink. And if I already have something to drink, I will get something to drink again because my nerves, child. And then the sickness, the air sickness, it helps me go to sleep immediately. Sometimes I can fall asleep before the plane take off. So I kind of understand Raquel, and we kind of have a similar name. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe we are kindred spirits from across the states, East Coast, West Coast. Hey, but I get it. But Sai was like, Sai took it as though she wanted to drive her car. And Sai was like, drive my car in a confessional. Drive my car, girl, boom. You ain't not this new car. No. I don't know you. I don't know you like that, honey. But yeah, so Erin starting ish. Yeah, she said that you guys didn't want her to ride with them because you guys didn't want to sit in the back seat. And they're like, what? Sai was like, already, I ain't barely been here to chew a grape. And here Erin is coming with the bull. Erin loves to start stuff. I think Erin gets off on it. She got so much going on with her husband, child. I don't. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Anyway, so as soon as Raquel get there, first thing Sai do, yeah, hey Raquel, how you doing? Yeah, so I heard you talking mess. I heard that you say you don't want. Come to find out, no, that's not what she said. See, Erin, doing a thing Brynn do. Hear something, and then you interpret it for what you think you heard, and then you repeat it, make the output go, and stir up drama. Child, I'm good. So then Sai and Brynn are put together to talk, and they have their little tete-a-tete, and pretty much, Brynn apologizes, but Sai feels her feelings are brushed aside because Brynn just wants to apologize, move on, and not really delve into how everybody in the situation feels. It's just them two, girl. But see, that's when folks know they wrong and they guilty and they really can't own up to nothing because they don't want to hear what's really going on. In my opinion, I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. So now we have Jenna. Um, Brynn calls Jenna into the convo because I keep saying, well, Jenna said, you said I hated her. Brynn was like, Jenna, come here. And Jenna straight up said, no, I didn't. I didn't say that. No. And the production keeps flashing back to Jenna was like, this one over here said it. Now, she didn't say the word Brynn, but Brynn was the only one over there. But just to say, Jenna did tell Sai on more than one occasion last episode, more than one person has been coming to her and saying how much you don't like me and the different versions and variations of dislike or disdain you have for me. Now, see, I just did not say verbatim. That's what my interpretation of what Jenna said. See, now, don't that sound worse than, well, multiple people have come to me and told me that you don't like me for whatever the reason. Now, those two things are different because the latter, is what Jenna said to Sai. But what I said is how Brynn and Erin delivers the information when it's given to her. You can point out the difference in how someone would take it, even harsher because of what I said versus what the real deal of what Jenna said. See, here we go. Grown folks playing telephone, literally and figuratively, just can't get right. Like, but folks just want to, they need about 3, 4, 5 more seasons of this show, so they're gonna say what they're gonna say. Where my notes at, child? What else would happen? Yeah, so pretty much Brynn and Sai pretty much make up, right? So the ladies are getting ready to go out for dinner. At dinner, Raquel and Rebecca introduce themselves, give some background to who they are first. Raquel talks about her fiance takes and the proposal. They were bike riding with the crew and they were all going to take a picture, and then she tricked her into giving her an engagement ring while everybody just stood back. Raquel was like, why everybody standing over there? Come on, let's take this picture. It's real nice. And then boom, she gives her this very beautiful, big, gaudy engagement ring. That's the most different ring I have ever seen in my entire life. It's just, she says, full of stones, this stone and that stone and this stone. I'm like, all right. It was cute, I guess. I wouldn't want to wear it, but I just like a regular big old diamond, cluster, baguettes, tiered, just, your basic diamond engagement ring, something that'll make the hoes be like, ooh, girl, he loved you. See, like the one I had. Like, oh, girl, he love you. I know that's right. Hmm. And then she also spoke about her modeling days back in the day and how it was difficult for her to cross over into, I think she said, an art curator of sorts, selling art. She found it difficult for buyers, she believes, because of her being a brown woman. Now, I didn't hear her say she was of African descent, but Jenna mentioned she is. Again, I really haven't heard her say that. I thought she was a Spanish woman. I mean, because living on the East Coast, we all favor, you don't know what's really jumping off. But I'm just curious, not that it really matters or it's like, oh my God, I must know. But if she did say it and I missed it, go ahead and put it in the comments, y'all. And that's pretty much it about Raquel. Like I told you from the first episode, about her family life and everything, but she's introducing more of herself to the girls and giving them a little background. And so here we have Rebecca. Now, y'all sitting down for this? Child, Rebecca Minkoff. Uh, girl, okay. So she pretty much mentions how she grew up out here on the West Coast. I think she said San Diego, moved to New York, I think. And at 16, she lost her virginity to a guy, and her parents pretty much allowed it to happen. Like, it's okay that you have intercourse as long as you don't do any drugs and alcohol. And they got her birth control and everything and just pretty much condoned it and allowed, it to go on in the home. Kaboom. I wish the fuck I would allow my kid to be doing anything in my house remotely related to adult activity. What? I'm sorry, not sorry. It's just certain things we need to allow children to be children until they are adults and can be responsible for themselves with certain extracurricular activities. I really wish that parents and folks in general would leave kids alone and stop pressing upon them adult activities. Sex is so complicated. They need time to understand their bodies, know what it is to be themselves. They have their whole lives to do it. It's like you're just putting the dick inside of her. I'm like, what? And if you are the ones that are like her parents, shame on you. Because you should. No, are you kidding me? Child. Anywho, so as she's introducing herself more to the group, the guy that the 16-year-old, the dude that she lost her virginity to, they, were friends over the years, still are. And she had a roommate, and then she was gonna move in with a boyfriend of hers, not the 16-year-old that we were talking about, years later. So then they didn't work out, and she was trying to move back in with her girlfriend. And so the girlfriend was like, "No, I can't because I rented the room to your friend already." So the friend in question is the ex when she was 16, the one she lost her virginity to. So she was trying to convince him to, don't move forward with being a roommate with my friend because I need my room back. And he was like, "Sorry, I'm already, on the way and I can't, go back or do something different." So she was kind of stuck like, Chuck, ain't that nothing? I mean, I would have at least given her about a month to stay with us until you, bounce on your feet. But I guess, child. But yeah, anyway, so Ubah brings up all the stuff Brynn has started with different people in the group. And I think, like I said before, she's harboring some ill feelings about Brynn you know, bringing up the fact that she has a man on screen. So Bryn's bring up all the stuff. Brynn started with different people in this group and finds a way not to be and finds a way not to be blamed for it. I'm like, dang, Brynn. But Ubah had a talk with Sai after Sai and Brynn supposedly made up, and that's why Ubah was fanning the flame, so to speak. Even though they kept flashing back to others who were not in the conversation, closing their doors as to say goodnight. I'm not going to be involved in this conversation. One of them being Jenna, and the other being Sai. Surprise! All Sai could have said was, "I spoke with Ubah." She could have yelled it from the room. Don't get mad at Ubah. I spoke with her after me and Brynn made up, and I, still have a little resentment. And Ubah is just moving on with that and didn't really know that we made up. Okay, good night. Now, that would have been kind of funny and cute, and that could have pretty much resolved the angst between Brynn and Ubah. But girl, Ubah kept going. Ubah was just on Brynn's ass because Ubah's sick and tired of it. Ubah is sick and tired of Brynn, child. And from the ending of that night, Brynn is sick and tired of Ubah because she was just mocking her and just interrupting her while she spoke, just singing and just, you know how you just be talking on somebody, like, no. Brynn was just sick and tired of Ubah, like Ubah was sick and tired of Brynn. So next morning, the girls are eating breakfast, and Sai walks in to some girls, to Ubah, going off again on Brynn. And Ubah's like, "What's going on? What happened?" And Ubah going off on Brynn, and so Ubah started cursing her out, and Brynn was like, "Listen, we can have an adversarial conversation. We can argue, but what's all this cussing for?" And then what was really funny was Ubah was just going and going and going, and child, Sai brought up the safe word, pineapple, and that is what stopped Ubah. They're like, pineapple? Is it the safe word? What the heck is it? And then, of course, their minds go to the gutter. You use the safe word like in sex? Oh, I use this word. Oh, I bet I can use this. They're just so silly. But anyway. Sai had to use a safe word so that Ubah can calm the fuck down and stop reading Brynn for Phil. So that was pretty much it, y'all. We're going to find out what happened in next week in episode 4. Y'all have a good night. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share if you haven't. Oh, look at Ubah over there on the right looking all cute and stuff. That's a really cute dress Ubah had on. I love that. Her body is fantastic. Anywho, and her face is just beautiful. Anyway, y'all have a great one, and I'll check you next time. Bye.